Okay, so this video I want to talk about geomaxing. So, into my notes. So, what can you do to? So, at what? Let's put it like this. What age should you geomax? Now, I'm trying to create a life path. Let's say, at what point should you geomax? At what age should you geomax? Is geomaxing worth it? All that. Now, I would try your luck in the West until you get some kind of a good job. Until you're at a point where you can work remotely, or if you have passive income of some sort where you sleep and you make money. Now, this was directed at my Latin cells, but let's just say for anyone wanting to geomax, there has to be some years of preparation for you to be able to have that income from anywhere. Now, I would say now to go into computer science, IT. I know Base Pluto goes into that, so try to look into that. Information, there are jobs where you can work from anywhere, and get paid. So if you can find a job like that, if you're in college or you can study and find a job like that, then that is optimum to do. Um, and you can get paid anywhere, hopefully in US dollars. But yeah, he gets more into that. But let's just say to geomax, first of all, you should not plan on geomaxing immediately. You should try your luck in the West. Now, you should try to see how your looks mature. Now, for the most part, you're going to realize how your face is mature by the age of 25, late 20s. After that, you're going to realize what you have to do to have decent matches online. Whether that's you saying, shit, I have to go to 8% to be considered attractive, or 9%, which is like a lot of. If you're a 5 out of 10, you have to go to like 9% to be considered attractive. Like, dang, I have to keep it at 9%, and it's not worth it. Or for some guys with great bones, like, oh, I have to go to 13% to be considered attractive. You see what I mean? So I have to go to 12%. So by the age of 25, you'll realize your looks and if it's good enough for the West, or how good enough, how much juice you're getting out of your squeeze. Um, David Bond, that YouTuber, he ended up geomaxing at the age of 27, and he left everything. I don't know if he was fat by the time he did that, but most guys I've seen that ended up just geomaxing do it by around the late 20s. Because I think you try your luck in the early mid 20s and you see how that goes. Unfortunately, I think in your early 20s, your face is really baby faced for a lot of men, which is why I think it's better to leave not around late 20s or early 30s. Leaving at the age of 40, 50, it's almost too late. Unless you're going to extremely easy countries and you're just buying a wife, which is different. Um, but I would try your luck in the West. Um, do as much don't do it do as much gesturing as you can handle. Don't do enough gesturing where you're affecting your mental health. Do enough gesturing where you can handle it. Enough weird stuff you have to do, whether it's have a weird haircut, whatever, as you can handle mentally, until around maybe age 25, 26. And try to find any way to make sure your job can be remote, or try to create an online side business where you can make money passively, or half passively, half actively, but to the point where you can do it outside the country or be anywhere. My friend, he has a side business and he can be out of the country for a month or two. It's just less money for him, but he can maintain it to the point where he can be out of the country for a month or two and have a side business, and he earns like, I don't know, 40 to 60K off it, which is it's actually pretty decent. And that ain't easy, man. He had to create a lot of network contacts and build and do some buy some stuff from other sites and then flip them, and just all this stuff that I'm not too well integrated into. So he can geomax if he wanted to. I mean, he already has like a fiance right now, but if you're not going to be able to get that job that's remote, do something to the point where you're thinking, okay, when I'm 30, I'll have that passive income stream, or I'll have that slightly passive income stream that can make me be able to get money without being present in the US if you don't have a remote job. Or you can think, okay, at 30 I have to have that side business good enough so the point where I make money where I don't have to be in the US. You have to find some way, um, if you're early 20s or so, you have to find some way to prepare yourself for being 30 and lonely in the West. You have that's what I was planning to do. I sort of social max a little more, but still, you always have to be planning a way. It's just my advice be to be able to use your leverage in geomaxx when you're late 20s and 30, um, to the point where you really are not forced to live um, like paycheck to paycheck, where you can have some income that's alternative, and you can leave for a month or some weeks to other countries, and without it seeming like a big deal to you. So that's what I recommend. Like I said, if you can get a remote job, do everything you can to get that. But if not, then try to find some income stream that's monthly that you get when you sleep, or something that you can work for, like a side hustle, side business. For me, I did the second route. I got a rental property, and there's a little more sweat in what I did. I built a second unit, or I didn't build myself, but I had to like get some contacts um, and the contractor, but he didn't do everything. So I actually like installed tiles and did some of the drywall, and a lot of sweat equity. So building a second unit. So I had like a duplex. So at first I was making like $200 or $300 a month, which is, I mean, is okay. But there were plans that came with the house, so I ended up going down that venture for like the age of 24 to 27, building that second unit on the weekends and all that while I'm working full time. And now I'm making like I think with the recent rent increase, I'm making like 2K a month just by sleeping, not doing anything. But I like 2 3 years I was on the weekends. Every weekend I was there and I was building this house, or being involved with that house, just being there. Holidays, you name it. So because I wanted to be prepared to geomaxx if needed, when I'm late 20s or early, or when I hit the 30 or 29 around there. So that was what I did. Um, and yeah, I'm not making a lot of money, like money off it, but like 2K in extra profit for me to keep. And if I lose my job or anything, or if I really need to find the girlfriend or wife, I can, for some months I can have 6 months, maybe I can just travel, and 2K a month in other countries can is not too bad for our living costs, especially third world countries, to geomaxx. But obviously, I think a lot of men won't be prepared or won't be able to do what I did. It's just a weird thing that I did. Yeah, try to find a job that can let you work from anywhere. Um, Combine that with a side business. Combine that with a rental, with a passive income. A mixture of all those three, or one of the three, going full out, or a mixture. Anything you can do to be able to have that route. Um, yeah, those are my three routes I think for geomaxing, and the age I think it's better done after giving it a try in the West. Um, your first half of your 20s. I wouldn't quit your job altogether if it's a job that has to be done in the U.S. I wouldn't quit it altogether in your 20s. It's better developing that skill set in case you need to come back. You at least want to be able to be a manager when you come back. So if you have to stay at your job and take a hiatus or something, or take a 6 month leave or quit their job, you have to at least be to a point where you can, I think, manage other people, or have the skill sets where you come back and they don't see you as trash. You have to come back and then to see the resume and saying, "Oh, dang, he did all that," so you can get hired again quickly, after that 6 month leave you did. So if you're really gonna leave it all out, leave it all off the table and geomaxx, then I would wait till 30. But if you have some kind of remote job, then I would probably wait till like 25, 26, around there. Maybe 20 or 27 is actually a decent number, to be honest. Depends how well you age too. If you're a baby face like me, it can be like late 20s or 31, 32. But if you're kind of a Nordic or an Arab, and your face ages decently quickly, then I would try to do it around 25. Asian, um, yeah, same, or baby face like me usually. So yeah, those are my tips for geomaxing and what age I think you should geomax, and the geomaxing routes, what you need to be able to be prepared to geomax and not ruin your career life, your net worth and all that. Yeah, finish the video.